today we'll be taking a look at endpoint backup as part of the K365 platform. So to start with the basics, we'll talk about how we get an agent registered. So the first step here is in your portal, you're going to click into the Register Agent button. And then from here, we can either select an existing client if they're already using a Kaseya product, or we also have the ability to create a brand new client if this is their first time using a Kaseya backup solution. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and choose my existing customer here, Clouds Above IT. And then once I have the agent code to register this particular workstation, I'm going to go ahead and copy that code into the enter the agent ID field. And then from here, I can choose what data center I want. So depending on your customer's location, we will pick the data center that's closest to them. In this case, I'll pick the United States. And then from here, I can click on the Register Agent button, and this will bring us back to the main registration page where we can see the status of that particular system that's being protected. Now, once you've registered your agent, on the main status page here, you'll have a list of all of your existing customers, as well as their licenses that are currently active in the field. And it's a nice page because you get to see what's actually happening within those agents. So on this page here, we can see our last backup. Additionally, we can also see the activation codes associated with these particular agents. Now, one of the main parts about the platform that allows us to kind of make things a little bit more streamlined is the fact that we have direct access to all of the recovery options directly through this same portal. So clicking into this restore arrow here, this will open up a new page and we'll have all of our recovery options available to us here. So the first option available to us is going to be file restore, which allows us to restore at a granular level of files and folders. And then additionally, we also have a restore to PC option, which is essentially bare metal restore. So with those two options, we can get as granular as we need to get, or if we find ourselves in a situation where maybe there's a ransomware attack or there's a hardware failure, we do have the ability to restore the entire image as well. Now, setting up a granular recovery is pretty straightforward. What we can do here is click into the Start File Restore button, and this will give us the option to pick which system or which agent we're looking to restore from. So let's say if I wanted to restore from my workstation, I can select my workstation here, and then I can choose my backup. Now, from a backup perspective, these will run automatically every 2 hours, so there's no need to set up a schedule as far as how often you want to run these backups are concerned. These will just run on their own. And then from a retention policy standpoint, we do store these backups in our cloud for at least 1 year minimum. So you'll have at least 12 months of backups to choose from our private cloud. In this instance, I'm going to select my most recent backup here, and then I can hit the Create File Restore button. Now, once I click Create File Restore, it will give me the option to either access this restore directly through the same portal that I'm in, or for example, I'm a remote employee, I do have the option to utilize the SFTP link that gets provided as well. So what we'll do is share out a username and password, as well as a link that can be clicked on for anybody that's accessing this share remotely. Or if I have access to the existing portal, I can just click on the file browser share, and this will present the entire volume. Now, I don't necessarily need to download the entire drive if it's not a requirement. I can simply just click into, in this case, the C drive. If there's other volumes as part of the workstation, those will also be listed as well. So we don't have to worry that we're going to be excluding anything. But once we've clicked into the C drive, we can kind of continue to drill down until we find what we're looking for. So if we want to download a whole folder or file, we can just click the arrow next to that item. For example, let's say I need this log file here. I can just click on the arrow. And as you can see, it downloads right back to my browser downloads. So it gives me a local copy of that instance, again, right on the workstation that I'm connected to. Now, once I've gotten my restore and I've gotten my file or folder, I can come back to the main page, click the little trash can icon, and this will delete or remove the restore that we just had mounted. Additionally, we do have the restore to PC option. So as I mentioned earlier, if there is some sort of hardware failure or there's a ransomware attack where the entire system is compromised, we can recover the entire image. So using the Restore to PC option, we can click into the Download Utilities button, and this will download our Bare Metal Restore Tools ISO. Now, you would use this to boot up your replacement machine, and then once you've connected to your partner portal through, or your Kaseya One portal through the GUI, then you can download the image directly from our cloud, and that would give you the ability to restore the full system from our cloud back down to whatever hardware you're currently using. Now, the last piece I want to talk about is just some additional configuration, some settings. So as part of a backup that goes directly to our private cloud, there might be some concerns about bandwidth utilization. So there's a couple options here that we have available to all of our customers. So if you wanted to pause backups, for example, because maybe you're running some maintenance jobs or things like that, you can choose from a schedule of how long you want to pause those backups. That can be for a couple of hours. It can be indefinitely as well, right? It just depends on how long you're going to be running those maintenance jobs. Additionally, if you wanted to change your bandwidth settings, because this is a direct-to-cloud option, we don't want to overwhelm the local network with too much bandwidth utilization. So what we can do is we can click into the settings menu here, and this will allow us to either deselect specific volumes that don't need to be protected, and it also gives us the option to change how much bandwidth our agent uses for offsite synchronization. So I can click into the idle limit here, and I can dictate how much bandwidth it's using while idle, or when it's actually in use and it is replicating offsite, I can choose how much bandwidth this is going to utilize as well, and then I can just apply those settings.